Little accompaniment to go with that.
Mm.
So Lars, please.
Thank
enjoy.
you. Like the color. Delicious.
I'm going to have a bit with some of these berries as well. That's great. Taste of the season.
Perfect.
I don't know, but those berries are almost like having a glass of red wine with the fish. Fantastic.
Now we only need a drum of whiskey.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, I didn't bring any with me. Bad preparation, I'm afraid. These last days of the year are a really precious time. You know, it's 5 o'clock and the sun has already gone down. By the end of next month, this water will have begun to freeze over, and then the canoes have to be locked up for the winter, which is a miserable experience. Now, it's a magic time. There's vibrant colours to be drunk in, and all of a sudden our campfire seems to leap up and say, hey, I'm important again. It's a great time to be out, especially with old friends. One of the things I really love about bushcraft is learning the different uses for trees I know in other countries. Take the humble Scots pine, for example. Back in Britain, this isn't a tree we regard with the same affection as we do the oak tree. But here in Sweden, this is one of the most common trees, and they have an incredible array of uses for this truly remarkable tree.
The wood from pine is soft and durable, which means it's good for carving. I've asked Bjorn Johnson, an expert at working with pine, to make me some traditional wooden skis, which I'll need as I'll be returning to Sweden in the winter.
Like dead wood.
A dead one?
Yeah,
Dead
one.
standing?
Dead standing.
Something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
Are the knots a problem?
Could be, but the thing with this one is that it's straight.
It's very straight.
This tree is dead standing, which means the wood is dry but not rotten.
It's a little clearer tone
Yeah.
in it.
More of a ring higher up, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think that should work quite fine. Maybe that's enough.
So give it a push. There she goes. Timber.
Yeah.
You can see when you fell a tree, you cut in that notch to begin with, which gives the tree the ability to start to tilt when the time comes, and you saw in above the apex of the V. The reason for this is as the tree tilts, it pushes against there, stops it jumping up backwards, and it falls in the right direction. Effectively, this becomes a hinge, and it falls 90 degrees to that, straight as it has.
The next job is to split the trunk. The tree has grown differently on each side, depending on its direction towards the sun and the prevailing winds, so the only way to get a balanced pair of skis is to use two lengths of wood from the same side of the tree.
told it would work.
Tell you what, Bjorn, I'm really surprised at the weight of this piece of wood.
Oh, so am I.
It's heavy, isn't it?
It is.
For a piece of pine.
There's a lot of tar in it, so that's why it's still heavy.
Once the wood is suitably dry and has been sawn into planks, Bjorn can start work on the skis. He is using a traditional axe to hew the shape out, which takes great skill.
That's looking nice, isn't it?
It's getting better.
Which is going to be the running surface of this?
This will be the running surface.
Yeah? And why is that?
Why is that? You get the fibers running straight across, straight through the ski,
Yeah.
like this, and it makes it stronger.
So you choose the side where these are most perpendicular to the surface.
Exactly.
Right, okay.
When you run on these skis later on, all the soft wood in between, the white wood in between here is going to wear out a little bit.
Yep.
And we're going to make...
So the ski becomes like, the rings become like lots of little skates.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
Having learned to make skis out of wood, Bjorn now teaches the method to others. It really impresses me how traditional skills like this are kept alive in Sweden.
In today's age, when we have all the modern materials to make skis, why make them of wood?
That's a good question, really, but getting to know how to do it was for me a big challenge, really. But doing my own skis and then go out and run on them in the deep snow, it's like, that was absolutely great.
Really satisfying.
Yeah, absolutely. Instead of going and buy something, you don't know how it's been manufactured or what kind of waste there is from the things they use to making the ski in the plastic or toxic waste or whatever.
Yeah. The skis are born of nature in that we're using a living tree, as it were. When you're finished with them, they return to it.
Exactly.
After hours spent carving the skis, they're ready to be bent into shape. Steam is used to soften the wood and make it pliable.
Yeah, we could try that.
These cross-country skis are traditional in this part of the world. They have a large curve at the front, making it easier to travel through deep snow. They'll be left in the rack overnight so that they can set into the characteristic shape. Meanwhile, I'm going to find another substance from the pine tree which we'll need in the process of making skis: pine tar. In this area, pine tar has been an important commodity for centuries. As a preservation for wood, it has been used extensively in building, particularly within the shipping industry. Åke Karlsson is an expert when it comes to the pine, and he knows these forests intimately. Tar and turpentine are what keeps a growing tree from rotting alive, its natural preservatives. They're found in abundance in the roots of the tree. Dinging up ancient dead roots and stumps also means the living trees aren't damaged.
This is the pine that Åke dug up from the bog. It's absolutely suffused with turpentine. You can really smell it. It's much stronger than ordinary wood from the forest here. Fantastic smell. Here we go, Åke. Shall I put it in here?
Ja, lägg in det där
Ja.
så fyller vi på den där biten. Den blir bra så.
So what's going to happen is when we've got this full of the wood, we're going to put a lid on top and seal it around the edge so that it's airtight on top here. Then we light a fire around it. When the wood inside gets to